What's up, everyone? My name is Dr. Shah. I'm a physician who specializes in dermatology. I have a really exciting video for you guys today. I feel like I start out every video with that exact sentence and you guys are gonna stop believing me, but this time I really got something big for you. I'm super excited to review Humanrace, which is Pharrell's skincare line. It came out today. So I got the package today, this morning. I unboxed it, I used it. It's been about 12 hours. And the product is already sold out. First, of course, I want to say thank you to Pharrell and his team, Humanrace, for sending me the product in advance before it was sold so that I could try it out. I really appreciate that. But that doesn't stop me from giving an unbiased review here. So as you know, if you look back at my review of Fenty Skin, that was also sent to me as PR, and I gave my honest opinion. And so I will always give you guys my honest opinion, regardless if the products are PR or if they're paid for, or what have you. So I'm gonna break these products down. I'm gonna let you guys know first what I think about the packaging, 2, what I think about the ingredients, 3, what I think about the experience, 4, if I think they'll actually be effective products, and 5, do I think it's worth it to purchase this? So of course, I have to draw a comparison to other celebrity lines that have come out this year. So that could be Fenty Skin, or that can be the addition to Kylie's Skin line. But I will say one thing about this line that makes it unique. I believe that this line actually stands alone. It has enough interesting factors to it that if this was not even released by Pharrell, if this was released by some random brand that we had never heard of, and there was no celebrity endorsement behind this, I think that people would still purchase this and be very interested in this because it has so many unique characteristics about it. They really thought of everything when they put this line together. So kudos to Pharrell for being very thoughtful, because this is, in my opinion, a standalone line, regardless of his involvement. Where a lot of other celebrity lines, I feel, there's nothing really unique about them that makes it different than buying any other skincare brand. But this is different. But before we get into it, please subscribe to our YouTube channel here today. We're always putting out new videos, and we have more and more stuff rolling out through 2020 and then into 2021. We have things planned out. So we really hope to grow this and make it very helpful for you guys. So without further ado, here we go. All right, so the first thing that we need to acknowledge here is that Pharrell has been in the music industry for over 25 years, which means that he has fans from 15 years old to 50 years old. There are a lot of people that have grown up on his music. There are a lot of people being introduced to his music now. And so I think when he's coming out with this skincare line, he realizes it needs to target a broad audience, where a lot of celebrity skincare lines or skincare lines in general sometimes target a younger population or they target an older population. He really tried to target everybody in that 15 plus age range for this product. So I think this can be used by any age and people will find benefits to it. Another thing that makes this brand unique is some of the ingredients that they put in it. So one of the key highlighted ingredients that they focus on in this line is snow mushroom, also known as Tremella fusiformis. So if you try to look up snow mushroom in a literature search, if you do literature searches like I do before when I review products, you're not going to find much about snow mushrooms. You will find a lot about Tremella fusiformis, and snow mushroom has moisturizing properties, it has anti-inflammatory properties, and it has antioxidant properties. And so that's one of the key ingredients they focus on. The other key ingredients they focus on is rice. So in the cleanser, there's rice powder. In the exfoliant, there's rice particles as well. So rice is another ingredient they focus on. And the other thing is what they decided not to include in this line. It is something that they're highlighting as well. So it's fragrance free. You guys know what I think about fragrance. They didn't include any of the ingredients that are historically excluded by the European Union. They made the brand vegan and they made the brand sustainable. So these packages are, all 3 of them are refillable. So you get this green packaging once and then you refill the insides environmentally, they were very thoughtful when they came to this. So this is a very sustainable brand as well. That's another unique thing about this brand. I'm telling you, Pharrell and his team, they thought of everything here. Additionally, this brand was developed with Pharrell's dermatologist. So his longtime dermatologist and him collaborated on making this brand. So this is a celebrity skincare brand, but it was developed with a dermatologist, Dr. Elena Jones. So on paper, you hear all these things and you definitely want to try it out. So let's talk about the actual products themselves. Okay, so I'm going to follow the instructions here. I'm an instruction follower. So for the rice powder cleanser, wet the hands and then shake a coin-sized amount of powder into the palm. Rub the hands together to create a rich foam lather, and then massage gentle circles over the face. And they mentioned using lukewarm water, which that's how you should wash your face. So this is kind of unique. It starts out as a powder and then it turns into a foam. So let's see how that works. So, all right, so I'm gonna follow the instructions here and see. So it does, you gotta be careful with this. Otherwise it's gonna go everywhere. Came out pretty easily. So I have some of the powder in my hand, so let's see how it does. That gave me a little redness through the cheeks. That kind of never happens to me. It's a little bit strong. Okay, moisturizer. This is like a nice cream texture. All right, so I'm gonna have this on for the next couple hours, so I'll let you know how long it takes for that redness to go away. I did like shave with the straight razor probably like 2 days ago in this area, so it could just be picking up those areas where that top layer of the skin is a little bit disrupted, which sometimes happens with acids. Doesn't seem to happen with my lactic acid exfoliant, but we'll kind of see. The first step in the routine is the rice powder cleanser. So those rice particles, they do dissolve really well, so it's not really exfoliating in that way. It does come on as more of a foam type cleanser. You feel clean after you use it, but you don't feel overly dry. So the caveat here is that I've only used this line for about 12 hours, so I'm gonna have to update this review in 30 days to let you guys know my long-term experience with this. So don't take any of my experience stuff in full form yet because I don't have a lot of experience with the product. I'm only just talking about what I know about the ingredients, what I know about these steps in a skincare routine, and how I think it will fit with most skin types. And so experience-wise, I can only give you my initial impressions. Hey Google, remind me in 30 days to update my review of Humanrace.
I couldn't verify your voice, so I can't set any reminders.
You guys are just gonna have to message me and I'll update it. Or I'll try to remember. All right, so the rice cleanser. So what I think makes this unique, okay, it's refillable. It's a powder that you add water to yourself. But where I think this really is gonna stand out for people is it could be potentially your everyday cleanser, but I think for travel, this is where this product is really gonna be unique. So if you're somebody who travels a lot and you're, certain ounce bottles don't get on the plane, this thing doesn't have any liquid in it. So you can literally take it anywhere that you want to take it, and it's going to last you a very long time because a little bit of powder foams up really nicely for you. So it's going to last a long time. It's super lightweight. It's going to be amazing for people who travel. So this is a high quality cleanser that's going to be used for travel. So as far as ingredients that are in this, it has the rice in it, it has the snow mushroom in it, and it has some fruit acids in it as well. So fruit acids do contain some potentially irritating ingredients. So fruit acids a lot of times can contain certain ingredients like limonene, in linalool. They could be potentially sensitizing for people. This is a cleanser though, so it's not going to be in contact with your skin for a long period of time, and you're unlikely to develop an allergy to a product that's on your skin for less than a minute. I personally have no issue with fruit acids in my cleansers. I don't find that it's something that irritates me, and I don't find that it's something that irritates a lot of people. It still doesn't contain fragrance, and where it really stands out is in its ability to be a travel product in addition to a potential everyday cleanser. So this is going to be the most important part of the review, the Lotus Enzyme Exfoliator. First off, how do you use this, right? First of all, I love the packaging on this with this squeeze top that allows it to dispense the product. But how do you use this product, right? So like I said, in the instruction here, it says gently massage 2 to 3 pumps of exfoliator in circular motions and then rinse. So the most important thing here, and they mark it out pretty clear on the bottling, is that you don't want to use this more than 2 to 3 times a week. I would say start off by using this once a week and then slowly increase it to twice a week, and then continue to use it twice a week after that. So exfoliant should not be used more than twice a week. That's too much for the skin. I only use an exfoliant once a week, so if you're going to exfoliate, you really only need to do so once a week. The other thing is, how long do you leave this on the skin for? So it's not really clear from the instructions. If you're an experienced skincare user, you would probably be more confused than you were an inexperienced skincare user. I think an inexperienced skincare user would just read the instructions verbatim, put it on their face and wash it off. But I think if you're an experienced skincare user, you are more familiar with exfoliants, and you know that a lot of times some exfoliants are left on all night. So something like your lactic acid from Sunday Riley, that's left on all night. Then you have Paula's Choice BHA liquid exfoliant. That's something that's either left on as a mask or something that's left on all day, all night as well. And then you have something like the AHA BHA peeling solution that's left on from 5 to 10 minutes from the ordinary. And so if you're experienced with acids and exfoliators, you're going to be confused. How long do I leave this on my skin for? So in the instructions, it's really not clear how long you're supposed to leave this on the skin. But if you go to the website, it becomes a little bit more clear that this is meant to just be circular motions on the face. And then as soon as you cover it over your entire face, it's meant to be washed off. They do say on the website, for an added boost, you can leave it on for 1 to 2 minutes. If you really want to get the benefits of the glycolic acid in this product, you may want to leave it on for a little bit longer. The caveat here is the longer that you leave it on your skin, the more likely you are to develop irritation. And so as you can tell from my video, I did develop a little bit of redness on the cheeks there, and that resolved after about 10 minutes. So the only other time that I've experienced redness like that in certain areas on my cheeks is when I've shaved in the past and caused a little bit of abrasion to my skin, and then I've used an exfoliant like the ordinary AHA BHA peeling solution. And then I've also noticed something like that occur. So it's probably something similar that happened right there. I'm going to have to give this product another couple tries here to make sure that that's not something that's consistently happening with me. Because if it's something that's happening consistently, I'm probably going to back off of using the product altogether. It is a triple exfoliant of 8% glycolic acid. It has an enzyme exfoliant, and it also has a physical exfoliant, which is these little rice particles that they're not too harsh. You don't really actually feel them that much, just a little bit, but there's a little bit of a physical exfoliant plus a chemical exfoliant plus an enzyme exfoliant in this product. Now that 8% glycolic acid, given the pH that it's at, if you look at the free acid value, it's probably closer to 5 to 6%. So it says 8%, but a lot of products, depending on what the actual overall pH of the product is, it tends to be a little bit less than that. And like I said, this is meant to be left on the skin for a maximum of 2 minutes, once to twice a week. That would be my recommendation for this product. And I would say start slow and slowly increase. This is the only product in here it could potentially cause you irritation if you're not careful with it, but it's going to be really effective. So this is what makes it unique. A lot of skincare lines that come out from celebrities, they don't actually have ingredients that are really treating any problems. But this does. This is a treatment. This is going to help with hyperpigmentation. This is going to help with uneven texture. This is going to help with uneven skin tone. And this is going to have anti-aging properties. It's going to help with fine lines and wrinkles by boosting collagen. I would be remiss if I didn't talk about one of these echo chambers that's occurring online for glycolic acid. Invariably, there are going to be people commenting about this. And so if you think about commenting, listen to me here first. A lot of you have heard that glycolic acid is not safe for skin of color. First, I'm going to propose this question. The dermatologist that helped formulate this is a skin of color dermatologist. The person who created this line is a skin of color celebrity. So they have tested this product out on themselves. They have experience with this product. The idea that glycolic acid cannot be used on skin of color is a theoretical. concern. So there's never been a study that's shown that glycolic acid causes problem in skin of color. So that is somewhat of a myth, and I'll explain a little bit why people say that. First, the reason is that glycolic acid is the smallest particle alpha hydroxy acid, right? So so your other alpha hydroxy acids like lactic acid and mandelic acids, they're larger particles and they penetrate less deep into the skin. Less deep means that they're slightly less effective at exfoliating, but they're also less likely to cause irritation. So glycolic acid is more likely to cause irritation because it is smaller particle and tends to be a little bit stronger than the other exfoliating acids. Now, if you have skin of color, my skin or darker, you are prone when you get inflammation to getting hyperpigmentation. So when you get an acne spot and you pop it, that usually ends up in hyperpigmentation that lasts a few weeks to months. Any inflammation can lead to hyperpigmentation. So theoretically, glycolic acid puts you at the highest risk of developing hyperpigmentation when you're looking at your alpha hydroxy acid. But this is essentially theoretical. People have used alpha hydroxy acids like glycolic acid to treat hyperpigmentation in skin of color for years and years and years. And so I think it's theoretical. I think you should patch test this product to make sure that you don't develop hyperpigmentation to any of these products. But I think for most people with skin of color, and that's from my experience treating patients and my experience from reviewing extensive literature on this topic and from talking to other skin of color dermatologists, this does not seem to be a problem in most people. Now, if you're somebody who is very prone to hyperpigmentation and you notice that you get a lot of dark spots from using stronger acids or glycolic acid, or you had trouble with the ordinary peeling solution, then I would potentially avoid this product. But I would say for a vast majority of people, 90% plus, this product is not going to be a problem and not going to cause you hyperpigmentation if you have skin of color. So that's my thoughts on glycolic acid and skin of color. I do not consider it a complete taboo or something that you need to completely avoid. I think it's something that you need to be cautious of, but you have to bear in mind that this was formulated by people who know what they're doing and targeted at all skin colors. And so I don't think this is going to be a problem for most people. So overall, I think the exfoliant here is a really nice addition because it is in fact a treatment stage. If you guys have watched any of my videos, I always go over cleanse, treat, protect. That's how skincare routines are structured. So this is truly a cleanse, treat, and protect structure here. They have the moisturizer to top it all off. Whew. The moisturizer. This product is jam-packed with great ingredients. And what they leave out of this product is also very important. Like I said, fragrance-free, potential irritants-free of those as well. So this contains the snow mushroom, which they highlight as one of the key ingredients in this line. They also contain squalane oil, which is a very good non-comedogenic, non-pimple-forming oil that helps to kind of lock in other skincare products. So in addition to those highlighted ingredients, it contains glycerin, which is a wonderful humectant. It contains hyaluronic acid, which is a wonderful humectant, which draws in moisture to it. It contains niacinamide, which helps with moisture, it helps with hyperpigmentation, it helps with redness, it helps with acne. It contains Centella asiatica, which is an ingredient that helps with inflammation. It's a huge ingredient in the Korean skincare products, which helps with redness and inflammation. And there have even been some studies that have shown that Centella asiatica can help with stretch marks. So standalone as a moisturizer, this is a great moisturizer that is going to be really good for gentle skin. And after putting it on my face, it's one of those moisturizers that I really like because it's not that lightweight. I don't like those like lotions. It's more of a cream, so it's a little bit heavier, but it gives you that glowy finish. And it also has niacinamide in it, so it is going to be giving you a little bit of that treatment as well, and that Centella asiatica, which is going to help with redness. I personally, some of you have heard me on TikTok Lives talking about how I like the Biossance line. So Biossance also has squalane oil in their moisturizer as well, which is why I think I love it so much. So I actually love this moisturizer a lot, and I've only used it for a day, but so far it's been great for me. So overall, all right, so the packaging here is a 10 out of 10. The packaging is refillable. It's got Braille on it for patients that are visually impaired. It's gender neutral in color and appearance. And so this is a wonderful packaging here. It has that aesthetic to it that a lot of people are going to like. And it kind of reminds me of like a lot of the stuff that Pharrell did with Adidas, which I was also a big fan of. Okay, so as far as ingredients go, I like the highlighted ingredients that they targeted. So they went after snow mushroom, which I think is an interesting ingredient to go after. They went after rice, which I think is an interesting ingredient to go after. And what they decided not to put in the line, like fragrances and essential oils, means that they were really listening to the skincare community when they put this thing together. The only thing that could be potentially problematic in this line would be the fruit acids for some people, but they've made the pH more acceptable to the skin barrier, so it's not like you're putting straight lemon on your skin. Lemon has a pH of 2. Even the exfoliating acid that they have here has a pH of 3.6, and so this has been processed to be safe for the skin, and overall these are wash off products, and so for me, my personal perspective, none of these are going to be really problematic ingredients for most people. My experience with the product so far, I would say that I like the cleanser a lot. I'm curious to see what happens with the exfoliant once I use it a little bit more. It does have a little bit of that physical exfoliant in it, which you can feel the little rice particles on it. I'm not a huge fan of physical exfoliants, but when they're gentle the way that this one is, and plus it has the chemical component that's going to give you that more even exfoliation, I tend to be okay with it. But experience with this product initially is going to take a little bit of a ding for me just from my first day of using it, but I'm gonna use it for a little bit more and let you guys know how I feel. And then the moisturizer after a few hours of use, I've loved it so far. So experience of these products so far has been wonderful, and I really think that the rice thing here as like a travel cleanser is really going to be a smash hit. As far as the ingredients in this line and the effect that they have on the skin, I think this is going to be most beneficial for your consumers from the ages of 25 plus. And the reason why is I think because they decided to use glycolic acid as an exfoliant, which can be okay for acne prone skin, but it's better for things like hyperpigmentation, for anti-aging, for improving texture of the skin. Whereas if you were targeting more of like an acne population, you would go with salicylic acid. So I think that the glycolic acid in this is really nice and is a treatment. So as far as efficacy of this line, I think it's going to be a very effective skincare line. And like I said, even if Pharrell wasn't attached to this line, I think it's an interesting line. I actually think it has ingredients that are truly beneficial. If you go back and you look at my review of the Fenty Skin line, I mentioned I wish they would have put an actual treatment in the line, and that's the treatment. This is exactly what I said I wish was in the line, and Pharrell did put that in the line, so I like that a lot. And they also left out some of the things like fragrances, which I mentioned, and the only reason I'm comparing it to the Fenty line is because it was the only other celebrity line that was sent to me this year, so that's the only reason. Because there are actually very few comparisons between the line other than the sunscreen also being refillable. Oh, I would be remiss if I did not mention that there's no sunscreen attached to this line yet, which is a little bit disappointing to me because I think that they do need to add a sunscreen. It does take a while to have sunscreens developed and approved by the FDA, and so I understand probably why they didn't do it, but I'd be looking forward to having them come out with a nice sunscreen that is good for all skin colors in the future. So that's going to be really interesting going forward. And so it takes a little bit of a ding as far as the line, in my opinion, but that's not a shot at any of the particular products. All right, and so is it worth it? So this costs $100 for the entire line here. So I think the rice cleanser is going to last you a long time because it's a powder. So it's probably going to last you a few months. The exfoliator, you're only going to use once a week anyway, so that's going to last you a few months. So the only thing that you're probably going to have to repurchase on a regular basis is going to be the moisturizer, which I like a lot. And if that gets to be too expensive for you, you can always go for a cheaper moisturizer from a different brand. So overall, I think that this is actually worth it, believe it or not. And so that's my unbiased review of the line here. I'll kind of assign scores to everything. I'll give the rice cleanser a 9 out of 10. I'll give the exfoliator a 7 out of 10, and that's only because I prefer lactic acid in my exfoliants because I have a little bit more sensitive skin, and also because it has a little bit of a physical exfoliant in it, which I'm not a huge fan of physical exfoliants, even when they're small like this, just because I personally don't like the experience of that on my skin, like where you can kind of feel your skincare products. I just don't like that experience, but so 9 out of 10, 7 out of 10, and then I'll give the moisturizer a 10 out of 10. So overall, I actually like this a lot. So I hope that you guys all find this helpful. If you could take anything out of the review here today, it would be how to use the exfoliator. Please be gentle to your skin. I really don't want you guys leaving this on your face all day. It would be very dangerous to do so. So leave this on for a short period of time and then wash it off immediately afterwards. And so if you get anything out of this review, please tell people to not use this for a long period of time and to only use this a maximum of twice a week. Thank you guys all so much for tuning in. Please like, comment, and subscribe, and we'll be doing more stuff like this.